Hi, everyone. This is Susie Brown, one of the counselors here at Mercer Island High School, and we'll go ahead and get started. We are very fortunate to have Linda Kepler from Bellevue College here today to talk about the process and expectations for Running Start for fall 2023. Linda has been one of our go-to people for quite a while now, so I was really pleased that she was able to find some time to come and talk with us today. We've got about 16 attendees, so we'll go ahead and get started now at this time.
So
Linda.
hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. My name is Linda Kepler. I am a program specialist here at Bellevue College in the Center for High School Programs office. And I have worked in the Running Start program for what feels like 100 years, but it's been 15 years plus. So I wanted to come in and just give you guys a little brief update about Running Start for the upcoming fall 2023 school year. Next slide, please. So this is our contact information at Bellevue College, and in the chat, we also asked that if we would like to answer your questions as we're going through this. I believe we'll have a little bit of time at the end, but if there's something that you feel you need to ask us, and it's maybe of a private nature, or something that you just don't feel like you want to share with everybody, please email those questions to us at runningstartnewstudent@bellevuecollege.edu, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. The other thing that I want to call your attention to is our website. All of the stuff that I'm going to cover and additional information is on the Bellevue College edu/Running Start website. So you most certainly can go there and look around and contact us if you have more questions after this short presentation. Next slide, please. So to be eligible for the Running Start program, you must be, or you will be in September, a junior or senior in high school. What that means for you now is that you are a sophomore or a junior in high school. So when you're filling out our state college application and our intent to participate in Running Start, what you'll answer as, we'll say, what's your current high school year, or what grade will you be in next year? You want to put junior or senior. If you put sophomore, that's fine. We're just going to check your birth date. The other criteria, or the other must to be eligible for the Running Start program, is that you need to be enrolled in a public high school in the state of Washington or in a public school district. Running Start is a public funded through OSPI, which is the Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction, or what I'll refer to as the K-12 system. This is a public school program, and it's an equal educational program. So again, the high school and the school district and the state of Washington are paying the tuition for your Running Start, for your college credits, which are dual credits. So you'll get high school credit and college credit at the same time. So that is why you have to be enrolled in a public institution of education. Now, if you are accessing as a student at Mercer Island High School, and let's say you move during the middle of the school year, you're going to need to notify us, because we're going to have to update your Running Start account and your information, and then you would have to give us a replacement enrollment verification form. And I know you don't know what that is right now, but we will be talking about it here shortly in a minute. Next slide, please. So the burning question is how to apply for Running Start at Bellevue College. Next question, please. So to apply for the Running Start program at Bellevue College, this is the information that you are going to file. To do the steps. The first thing we want you to do is to complete the state college application. So the application is a statewide application that is a part of the State Board of Community and Technical Colleges. So you'll see that referred to as the SBCTC. And that's what that means. It's for the state board, and it's an actual application live pool that all the colleges, the 2-year schools apply to. And that includes the technical colleges. Now, one of the things, my little caption box up there at top, when you are doing the state college application, what we want you to choose when you're prompted is you're a first-year student. Do not choose Running Start. That is, you could check it, but then your application is not going to go anywhere, and we won't be notified that you want to do Running Start. There's some confusion, and they put this Running Start app on or option on, and you need to be a first-year student, because you will be a first-year college student. So that's what you need to be thinking about. But of course, you can always refer back to the slides or our website. The other thing that we want you not to do is do not click that you are seeking a degree as transitional studies. Transitional studies is the long name for continuing education classes. And so what'll happen is if you choose transitional studies and you register and you do everything and your schedule looks great, and then all of a sudden it's time for payment, and we've already coded you in as Running Start on our end, because you are seeking a degree in transitional studies. What that means is that Running Start the computer system is not able to tell the Running Start office, oh, this student is a Running Start student, and we want to make sure that, we code them and the tuition is collected properly. So just say no to traditional studies. If you don't know, then just put you don't know or unsure. There'll be some questions that may be a little bit confusing for you, like the residency questions. Ask mom or dad or your guardian to help you with those pieces, because many of you, you are your parents' dependent, and you have lived in the state of Washington for an extremely long time, if not your entire life. But the questions are a little bit confusing when it comes to residency. So like I said, don't hesitate to ask an adult in your home, or you can contact us and ask us if you have questions about it. Stop where you're at, save, and contact us, and we can help you with that. After you've created the state college application, we want you to go to the Running Start website, and we want you to go to future students. And there you'll find a place that you can click on that will which will prompt you through the process of doing the Running Start intent form. The Running Start intent form is the form that tells our office, yes, I want to do Running Start. Here's my information. Here's my parent or guardian's information. Here's the high school I go to. Here's what grade I'm in. We ask you just questions that more pertain to, like, grades, not grades, but grade that you're in, things like that. And then what we do in our office is we take those intents once you've sent them in to us, and we go into the state system and we locate your college information or your state college application, and we merge the two together into the Bellevue College world. And then what'll happen is when you first fill out your state college application, you will receive an email from the college enrollment area once they've processed your application. It'll say, here you need to do A, B, C, D, E, but if you are an underage student, pick the program that you're registering in, all these various things. What we would like you to do to kind of expedite some of the Running Start admissions pieces for you is, if you remember to do this, is create what we call at our school your Bellevue College NetID account. Your Bellevue College Net ID account is the account that creates your Bellevue College email account. Why this is super important is that we require students to create a Bellevue College email account, because if your instructor here at the college uses the Canvas platform for information and other things, this all works together. So we know who you are and how to contact you. Our office usually will only contact students via their Bellevue College email account. So as you're going through this new student admissions process for Running Start, we will continue to use the email address you've given us on your application. But once you've registered for classes for fall quarter, we will then be contacting you via your Bellevue College email account. And that is how our office communicates with you going forward. So that's really super important. We will send you an email. It will again have your, what we call your CTC Link student number. And that is your student ID number. The email that you get from our office will come from that Running Start New Student at Bellevue College EDU email account. It will have then a list of admission steps that we want you to complete and that we need you to complete for the Running Start program. And then what we do at that point is once we start getting things back from you and you've met with your high school counselor, and depending on if your high school has other things that you need to accomplish before you become a Running Start student, that will gauge when your registration will open for fall quarter. Our goal is to have you get everything done and you're good to go and open your registration before your high school leaves for summer break. The reason, excuse me, I have a little tickle in my throat. My apologies, super sorry about that. So the reason we want you to be registered in your classes before your high school leaves for summer break is because as time starts to go by, classes will get fuller and fuller and fuller. You have to have your Running Start enrollment verification form signed and submit it to us completed and signed. You have to meet with your high school counselor and have that form signed off. They're going to go through your graduation requirements, other information from the high school, information from us, and then you'll submit that form to us electronically. If the form is completed and signed, we will open up your registration and we will send you an email. If you don't do this before summer break, you won't be able to have your form signed until at best, probably at some point in September after school has resumed for first term at the high school. And so what this means is that the classes here at the college will be very full and it will be really hard for you to find open classes to meet your needs. So at our college, high school graduation is the number one thing that we push or urge students to complete. So you'll hear from us a lot of times that, well, have you finished your high school graduation requirements? And so the reason we are very pro high school graduation is because that is the whole point of Running Start. It is to get your Running Start into your four-year university. That's why it's called Running Start. Yes, we do have students that are able to navigate both worlds. They're able to get all the high school graduation requirements done, and they're able to earn a transfer degree, a two-year transfer degree at the college. So yes, students are able to accomplish that, but you need to be really prepared to go down that road. And we will contact you if we think that you've got a lot of credits that you've amassed and that you would be a good candidate to possibly earn an associate's degree. Students come to Running Start for many different reasons. There's no cookie cutter. Oh, you have a GPA at the high school of this. You only need to do credit. You have a credit retrieval you have to do. You're so overscheduled that you have to do PE at the college. There's 100 million different reasons why students do Running Start. And there is no, like I said, no standard, this is what a Running Start student must be. So you need to make sure that, you're thinking about all these different things as you're moving forward and considering Running Start. But like I said, the important piece is to get the Running Start admissions completed, get registered in classes for fall quarter. Our fall quarter starts the third Monday in September. Your high school will have resumed prior to that time. So there are some things for you to consider about time off at both campuses, different things like that. But that is on our website. Next slide, please. So this just kind of goes over what we just talked about, kind of how once you've complete the state college application, this is what's going to happen. Again, there are a lot of repetitive things each quarter for Running Start, like meeting with your high school counselor, completing your Running Start enrollment verification form, having it signed, having your parent or guardian sign it, submitting it to our office electronically. There are deadlines for each quarter for registration. What we do is when we're getting close to, or once they've put up the next class schedule for the next quarter, we will then email you and we will say, hey, classes are showing for this quarter, registration will start so if you're doing fall quarter Running Start, it would be about winter quarter. Registration for winter quarter opens on this date. Make sure you've made an appointment or whatever the process is that your high school counselor wants you to do to meet with them. Get it done, get your form in. Those forms are it's like having money in your hand. Those forms are what allow us to open your registration, and it also tells the college how many credits your high school is approving you tuition, no charge or free at the college. That information is arrived at by your high school counselor, and what it is, it's like a if you're taking a couple of classes at the high school, then you'll only get 10 credits of Running Start or tuition at the college paid for. So there's a formula on each of on those forms, and like I said, what it depends on is, okay, you're at the high school this amount of time, including passing periods, and so the high school has to calculate the minutes you were on the high school campus, where the college goes by the approved amount that the high school counselor has said you're eligible for. Go ahead, next slide, please. So applying best practices, it's very important to watch for our emails. One of the things that you need to also know is that there are times that it feels like you're waiting a really long time to hear from us. So right now we are accepting everything for fall quarter. However, our office hasn't started matching the Running Start intents to the state college applications for fall quarter. So you need to we have dates. So I think on our fall quarter, like when you're supposed to get that Running Start admissions email from us, the steps, I believe it's more towards the end of March. So if you don't hear from us by then, you're going to want to email us. And another rule of thumb is if you're using your high school or your school district email account, there's many times when the college emails get stuck or get stopped because of firewalls or they go directly to junk. So you're going to want to check all those places. But if it seems really long, then, and I don't mean 2 days, I mean like 15 days, you haven't heard from us and you're feeling anxious, then you need to send us an email to that Running Start New Student email account, so we can tell you or say, oh, hey, yeah, here it is. We found it. We send it to you on this day. Go ahead and get started. It's very important that you meet the deadlines and that you follow all of the instructions. So we'll have students that come in and they do everything, but let's say they're only there, they've been invited to do the jazz band. And so jazz band at our school is an invitational only group, but they're also taking college class jazz band. And so what that means is we don't necessarily ask those students to do placement. I mean, we give it to them as a suggestion, but those students are usually staying at the high school. The only reason they're coming to the college is to do jazz band, or we have students that are only coming to the college to do PE. And so what we think at the college is that, there's not a need for placement, but sometimes what happens is we have a student that comes for one class, they don't do the placement, and then all of a sudden they decide, oh yeah, I'm going to do another class. Oh, I'm going to do English next quarter at the college, and you haven't done placement. You're going to have to do placement. So make sure you look, really look over the links that we send you, the information that we send you. It's a long email. It's a long, wordy admissions process. But if you follow all the steps and get it done, as you start working your way through the steps, it's not as overwhelming as it looks as a list. So don't feel overwhelmed, or if you're confused about something, please email us or talk to your counselor at the high school. If you change your mind and decide, yeah, I've decided I'm going to stay at the high school, I'm not going to do Running Start this quarter, I just kind of decided I'm not ready to do that, or whatever your reasoning is, you don't have to remain in Running Start to start fall quarter. You can let us know, hey, I changed my mind, and what we're going to tell you to do is to withdraw from your classes and, make sure your high school is notified that you've decided you're not going to do Running Start. The other thing is you want to make sure that they're aware. So if you think like on August 25th, yeah, I'm not going to do Running Start, and you contact us, we tell you to withdraw yourself, make sure that you bring your high school counselor in that loop and let them know, I was going to do Running Start, I was in classes, I've changed my mind, I'm going to stay at Mercer Island High School. The majority of the high schools leave the students' schedule intact for first semester. And so, maybe that's a question I have for the counselors, is that your practice at Mercer Island High School. So if a student changes their mind over the summer, are they still in classes come the first day of the first semester at the high school? We want to make sure that you use your legal name. Please don't use your nickname when you're filling out the application or the forms. The other thing that I want to caution students about is your parents, they love you. They want you to be successful. So there are times that they will help you, if not complete the forms for you. Please make sure that they are using your information, not their information, or not your siblings' information, because that causes some big problems as we're trying to move you through the system. So, like I said, it's great to have parents help. If you have a guardian, guardians are very helpful when filling out stuff, but make sure that it's you that is that person on those documents, not somebody else's information. Go ahead, next slide, please. So I know parents probably aren't on this short little information session. So I would like to urge you to go to our Running Start. If you're really thinking seriously about, yeah, I want to do Running Start, I need to talk to my parents and my guardian about it. what's the best way to talk to them about it, because I'm sure they're going to want more information. This is a list of our Running Start upcoming or remaining fall quarter information sessions. You're more than welcome, you and a parent or guardian, to join us. There's some on campus in person, and then there are some online, and they're designated there. You can go to the Running Start website and go to information sessions, and a page will come up with a place where you can either sign up for an information session, or you can join us on an online information session to get more information about Running Start. We go into a lot deeper, is this a good choice for you? Different things like that, deadlines, things that the college offers students for support. If you're on an IEP or 504, what we want you to do, or how you need to connect with our Disability Resource Center. So it's a longer presentation, but because this is just during your Islander time, I thought it best just to give the short and sweet. But again, I would certainly urge you and your parent or guardian to join us for one of these information sessions. And I do want to stress to you that Running Start is a family decision. It's important that families, along with their students, understand what it means to be in Running Start and what your obligation is. Like I said, our winter break lines up at, okay, sometimes high schools don't return as quickly as the college does after the first of the year. So maybe your high school will still be on winter break, but the college has resumed and started our winter quarter. And our expectation is when your high school's closed, if you're doing both campuses, that you will be at either the college campus at all the times when they're open, and the same thing with high school. We don't have midwinter break, we have no idea what that nonsense is. You have midwinter break at your high school. Does your family go on an annual trip? Is that going to, how are you going to navigate that? You can't take a week off of school, when you're at the college like that. Also, part of the decision-making is our spring breaks never line up very well. Like I said earlier, your return to school for first semester is much earlier than our return for first quarter. The other thing is there's so many activities at the college, there's activities at your high school. We want to make sure that you're really thinking clearly, is this going to fit your lifestyle or your long-range educational goals? I think Running Start's great. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stuck around this long to be involved in it. I do believe in Running Start, but I also know that family's important, vacation's important, sports is important, and you cannot play sports at the college, and you cannot do sports conditioning classes at the college. That's against NCAA rules. However, you can still participate in sports and clubs at your high school, but these are things that are important and why you need to come to our information session, so we can talk to you a little bit more about what this all looks like and how it'll shake out in the end. Next slide, please. So I want to thank everybody for taking time out to listen to me talk about our Running Start program. Another thing I want to mention is, as a resident of the state of Washington, Running Start is an educational option. The state of Washington has many K-12 educational options for students. You should, be a good education consumer. You should look around, see, programs, what's going to work best for you, what fits your lifestyle. Transportation at the college is to and from the college is on your own. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're thinking about Running Start. We would be super happy if you joined us. We have right now about 2,700 head count of Running Start students at our college. So the chances of you being in an adult-only class won't happen. But one of the things you need to be aware of is when you come to the college is an adult learning environment. So sometimes curriculum is a little bit shocking to students and parents. So there's a lot of things that you need to be thinking about. But like I said, I wouldn't be here talking to you if I didn't feel Running Start is a great option to get that running start into the four-year school of your dreams. The other thing is you can choose from any community or technical college in the state of Washington to participate in their Running Start program. So maybe you're thinking you want to do something more on the technical, in a technical field. And so, you can look at the other schools. I just want to let you know that the other schools, we all offer Running Start, but we have some varied deadlines. And if that's what you're thinking, that you're going to shop around at different colleges, make sure that you look at their, when their information sessions are, what their deadlines are, and things like that. So I want to thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the Q&A.
Thank you so much, Linda. We really appreciate it. We'll wait just a few minutes and see if anybody has any questions. We will post this information from today on our website. We have a great new website, so we will post everything there. You'll all be able to find that, and you can always stop by the counselor of the day if you also have any questions or need any clarification on anything that Linda talked about in our webinar today.
So there's a couple of questions in the Q&A.
Okay. Perfect.
So the first question is, how long would it take for this email to come after the application is filled out? So once we start processing or matching the intents and the applications together, the Running Start admissions email will come to you at no later than the end of March. Once we hit that point, we do update every day. So depending on what time we're able to download your intent form and be able to match, it can take 2 or 3 business days, but once we get rolling and processing, it'll be fairly quickly. The next question is, where can I find some more information about other colleges and their eligibility requirements? The best thing to do is to go online, and let's say you're interested in finding out about a program at Renton Technical College, as an example. You're thinking you want to pursue a career in automotive. And the only reason I say automotive is because that's the only one I remember they have. And so what you do is you can go there, type in Running Start, and their information will come up. And that's where you'll find the information is on the different colleges' website. So like I said, in the search, if you type Running Start, their information will come up, and you just follow their information. How would it work if I take 1 or 2 classes at the college, but still have classes here at the high school? Yes. Okay. So there are classes online. With online, I want students to remember that you have to be disciplined and make sure you're not easily distracted if you're doing online classes. So online classes have deadlines and everything the same, but there's a lot of time that you are doing that classwork on your own. If you're taking classes at the college, so let's say you decide I'm going to do 2 classes at the college, and then I'm going to go to Mercer Island High School in the afternoon, or vice versa. What we ask students to do is to talk to the counselor and kind of figure out, the classes that I'm going to take at the high school are being run at the high school in the morning. So it's better for me to go to Bellevue College in the afternoon, or vice versa. So, and then you'll just have to plan your schedule accordingly for the remainder of this school year if you're going to stay in those classes for both first and second semester.
Are there any more questions right now? I have a few more minutes if anybody else has a question. Okay.
If you have questions after we end this event, in the chat, I believe there is the Running Start email address that you can send your questions to, or like I said, if you've got questions that you feel are of a personal nature and you don't want to put it in the Q&A, that's perfectly understandable. Please email us so we can answer those questions for you. Again, join us at an information session. We cover many more topics, but to me, this was the like meat and potatoes. This is probably what you all wanted to know. But like I said, your parents, if they're like me, they're going to, or your guardian, if they're like me, they're going to have many more questions about Running Start as you bebop into the door after school today and say, hey, I'm going to do Running Start next year. We no longer have a COVID vaccination requirement. We did the past couple years, but that's now been lifted because of changes that the governor has made throughout the state of Washington. So no, there is not a vaccination attestation that you need to complete, or would you get spot checked to see if you have done your vaccinations and have to prove it to us? Those are good questions. I like it.
Well, Linda, I want to thank you so much for taking time. I know how busy it is over at Bellevue College, and we really appreciate this. We have a big interest in Running Start, so it's always so nice to have somebody from Bellevue, since a lot of our students either attend Bellevue or Lake Washington or Seattle Central, but Bellevue by far is our big one. So we really appreciate the time that you've taken to come. And everybody, I hope this was a good start for those of you that are interested in Running Start. And I can't encourage you enough to go to the actual information sessions at Bellevue College and then review our site as well for kind of our side of the process. And so thank you very much.
Thanks for inviting us. Like I said, if you need anything else from us, please let us know. It's always a pleasure helping out our friends at Mercer Island High School. We appreciate that. And like I said, questions, concerns, ideas, please let us know. And I am going to now leave this. So thank you so much for having us.
Okay, thank you.